I'm superhuman. That was the wrong word. I'm so nervous. I want something just like this.
Hey YouTube! Kate Pirtle here again for my daily dose of whatever comes to my brain, really. So I just went to the optometrist. The optometrist. No word of a lie when I say that I was shitting myself. Like, full blown, really scared. Because it was an unknown place. I haven't walked into an optometrist for at least 10 years, at least. And the only reason I walked in there was because when I was away in America, just a couple of days ago, I put on my brother's prescription sunglasses and the whole world was clearer. And I thought that I might need to get my eyes checked out. Anyway, so I walked in there and my heart starts racing and I didn't know what to expect. And they sit me down and they ask me all these questions and then they put me in front of these two eye things and they make me stare at a hot air balloon in a road and then they squirt or blow puffy air into my eyes and my heart's racing and I don't know what's going to happen next. Anyway, I was at the optometrist. Probably the most scary place you could ever go. I mean, least scary. The most least scary place you could ever go. But it just brought me back to the days when I used to walk into the gym and the fear of the unknown and not knowing what I was doing and not being familiar with the place and not feeling comfortable in there was really scary. Fears hold us back from doing things that we know that we should be doing, but we don't do. So the optometrist is just a small example of somewhere that I felt scared of entering, which now that I think about it and I'm voicing it in a public forum, it's kind of stupid. But hey, it's what I felt at the time. But fears are a learnt thing. When we're born, we don't have fears. When you're a child, you don't have fears. We learn fears based on stories that we tell ourselves. So we walk into a gym and it's scary because it's an unfamiliar place. We build these fears up and we create stories in our mind based on a potential future outcome that likely isn't going to be the case. Like my optometrist appointment, I thought I was going to walk out of there with glasses. I didn't really want glasses. I didn't know what was going to happen. I don't have glasses. My eyes are actually perfectly okay, which is wonderful news. But fear of the unknown and the stories that we create around those fears based on what we think might happen. Likelihood of it happening is minuscule, but what we need to do is face those fears. If we don't face them, we're not going to be living our life. If we don't push through our challenges and push through our fears, we won't be trying new things. We won't be challenging ourselves. We won't be pushing through barriers. We won't be changing anything. So just like my little optometrist, that's a really hard word to say, optometrist. I wouldn't like to be an optometrist. I wouldn't be able to say my own profession. But yeah, just like my little optometrist appointment, which turned out absolutely fine. The guy was lovely, even though he blew puffy smoke into my eyeballs. Just like my little appointment, everything turned out okay. So if there's something that you're scared of, if there's a fear that's holding you back and that you're not facing because you're scared of it, write it down and then think about whether the story that you've created is something that's actually going to happen or it's just a story that you've created which is now making you feel a certain way and as such impacting upon your action and not allowing you to execute that action. Like recording these videos. See this? So the town that I'm in, there's an Ironman happening on the weekend and as such there's a lot of human beings around and I almost didn't record this video because I was scared of what people would think of me fearful of the potential judgment that people may think of me talking to a phone next to a tree on the ground, next to where people cut fish up. But then I thought, you know what? I've set myself a challenge to record these videos every day. So I'm going to do it in a public arena when there's a lot of people around, because I'm never going to see them again. And if they do judge me, I don't really care. So, in conclusion, if you have a fear, if you've created a story around that fear, if you've created an emotion around that fear, and as such has stopped you from implementing an action, drop it. I can guarantee you that once you push through that fear, once you go and do whatever it is that's holding you back, when you push through that fear and go and do the action, actually, as a result of whatever you're trying to do, I can guarantee you the other side is a lot greener, a lot more rainbowy. There's unicorns, butterflies, and fairies, and you'll wonder whatever took you so long to get into it. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another daily dose of Kate Pirtle's brain. Thanks for watching, guys.